we're back again this week at Critical Threat Comics and Games with Jess Fischel. We're going to be looking at all the cool new stuff that's going to be coming out.
It's going to be great.
Okay, so I think the biggest thing, or the thing I'm most excited for this week is Vader Down.
Everybody's most excited for it. Yeah, Vader Down.
We've had like flyers for it. It's going to be so good.
So, a lot of our customers, actually Star Wars and Darth Vader are the top 2 books in our store. They're the most popular books, the most subscribers. Everybody in the store loves Star Wars and Darth Vader and the whole Star Wars universe, which is, not surprising. Yeah, very understandable. But Vader Down is the first Star Wars Marvel Universe crossover event. So, the Star Wars storyline up until now has been, it's set between episodes 4 and 5, and Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and Leia, they're all doing their rebel thing, trying to cause mayhem, and Vader has, in his book and kind of in both, Vader has been trying to track down Luke Skywalker because this is the first time he's ever seen this Luke kid, and he finds out, oh my god, this is my son. So now he has a lot of those interesting choices to make with, and you guys all know what happens when it finally leads to Vader betraying Palpatine in episode 6. So this is how Vader got there. So Vader Down is a crossover event, and Vader is between a rock and a hard place. He's got to make some really tough choices, and that's what's going to happen in this book.
What I really like, because this is, I think, a couple issues behind in Vader's arc, so I don't think this is a spoiler for anybody, but what I'm really loving about Vader is that, he's been, discovering that he has a son, and his first thought is, awesome, I have someone to take over the universe with.
Yes!
So father-son bonding activity. And I really like how he wasn't, immediately all, squishy gooey, oh, let's hug and have,
it's I have a son, oh my god, I have it. No, it's...
Yeah, no, there are no tears.
I have a minion, yes!
Yeah, that is exactly what it is. Vader is just all about, what he can get done using Luke, which kind of makes sense. I mean, he's seen that Luke is, strong in the Force and all that, so... it'll be really cool. Like I said, this is a crossover, so we're hoping that because they've met actually before, even in early Star Wars, but pretty much all they got to do was, shoot at one another, and so I think we're really hoping for some, interaction that might
make... Some confrontation.
Right, and something that might make his, last-minute decision to, chuck Palpatine over a bridge, mean a little more, because it's a great moment, but it's very much just, you're kind of looking at Vader's face, and we don't know what he's thinking, and then, he does that, so we're I think we're looking forward to seeing kind of some character motivation. Yeah. It'll be fun.
It will be a 6-part crossover event, so there'll be Vader Down #1, which is a separate, its own little entity, but then the story will also be carried over into the upcoming issues of Star Wars and Darth Vader. So we have postcards at our counter in the store if you want a full list of which episodes or which issues you have to watch out for. 6-issue series, so come on, get those postcards and follow along.
Right, so I think next up is going to be Huck #1, right?
Yes.
Oh, she's so excited, guys.
Yeah, I'm so excited about this book. I read it, and it was good. I put it on my pull box immediately. So this is a new title from Image, and it's from, I'm spacing the name right now. I want to say Mark Malhar.
It's probably on the screen for you guys by now, so.
Screen, hey! So it's a new Image original story, not connected to anything, and it is about a man in a small town who does good deeds for everybody, and nobody really knows much about him. He was an orphan. He was just dropped off on a doorstep one day, and he's grown up in this town, and he's always been kind of the nice, special resident who just does good deeds for everybody. But everybody kind of knows that he's not just special, but special. He's got maybe some superpowers, or I don't know what's going on. They didn't say anything about where all these special abilities were coming from, but the issue progresses. It's really quick read, beautiful art. Oh my gosh. The colors are really rich and expressive, but I'm really looking forward to more of this series and what's going to happen to this poor character who is about to have a lot of attention on himself and on this little town that he loves.
Oh, interesting. He's been hiding in the shadows for so long, so it'll be interesting to see him deal with that. So he's basically Boo Radley with superpowers? Is that what
kind of, yes, actually, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm interested.
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited for Batman Europa as well. That's going to be DC's new one. It's also a miniseries. The cool thing about Batman Europa is it was first announced in 2004. So this thing has been in development hell for like 11 years. And it actually resurfaced, I want to say like 2008 or 9, and then like immediately like, you know, people like looked into solicitations and like it was gone. So this thing has been like very tenuously produced.
But it's finally coming out.
Yeah, finally.
Okay.
We finally have a date, you guys. So
This week.
Unless Diamond decides to just burn its entire inventory, because, you know, we should be getting books.
It was me knocking on wood, not doing anything weird down here. Sorry.
I was kind of like, what are you? Is this floor's
Don't mind
wood?
me.
Does this work? Yeah, so Europa is actually from Jim Lee's trip out to Italy. That's where he first got inspired. Yeah.
Ha, Europa. I get it.
Yeah, and the premise is that Batman has the Colossus virus. We don't really know the cure for that, so he has to team up with Joker to run around Europe and find a cure.
So this is good buddy comedy.
Yeah. It's
Except
like,
probably not really.
I'm picturing like Arkham. I think it's the second Arkham game where like similarly he has to cure himself of a virus.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, except
Okay.
that like this time they're like being buddy about it as they run around Europe.
And this is just a short 4-issue series, so it's just a little mini arc.
Yeah, so I'm going to be very interested in like what they're doing with that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Back onto the indie wagon, because that's where I make my home. I wanted to highlight 2 series that are continuing this week that I really think more people should be reading. The first one is Cognetic. I've already talked about it on one of the previous episodes.
I'm going to figure out what you're saying next. Continue.
The book is about psychic powers.
Psychic powers. I'm getting it.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
getting it.
You're really not as good as the people in this book.
Oh. Damn.
It is a book about psychic warfare, actually.
Oh.
And it opens up with... It looks like some sort of sentient being or some sort of psychic being jumping from body to body, and then he starts controlling people. And the whole while you're wondering what it's all going to come to. Why is this person jumping from body to body? Where is he going? What is he doing? Because you definitely get the creepy, he's up to no good kind of vibe. And then finally, at the end of the first issue, you find out, oh, this is apocalyptic, world-ending kind of stuff.
That bad.
Yeah, that
All
bad.
right.
So issue 2 comes out this week. It's just a 3-part series. So and we still have copies of issue number 1 in the store. So please pick it up. It's very good. And then the other continuing story that's coming out this week is the triumphant return of Pretty Deadly. Hey! So Pretty Deadly is written by Kelly Sue DeConnick with art by Emma Rios, and it is what I would call a Western mythological, very poetic sort of story. Very abstract. A lot of themes and stuff going into this book. Beautiful, beautiful art by Emma Rios. To sum up the story, it's the story of the daughter of death. And she's riding around. She doesn't like being the daughter of death. She's pretty pissed off at her dad, actually. Yeah, she's the rebellious daughter.
Alright.
So going around through the Western world and doing things and trying to come into what her destiny is and figuring all this out. Last issue of this series, issue number 5, came out in April of 2014. So it's been about a year and a half since we last saw it. And Kelly Sue has said that that this book has been fighting her. So it's been very difficult to write because she wants to make it perfect and she wants to make everything in her brain come out onto the paper correctly. But it's finally returning. She finally has the next arc, so the next 5 issues. They're all written out and they're all scheduled out, so they're going to be coming out. And what makes this particular book special is issue number 6 has a special exclusive cover for something called the Valkyries.
Yeah.
So the Valkyries is a international group of girls who work in comic shops.
We're pretty awesome.
Like
Just
us.
saying.
We are part of the Valkyries, and this is a special cover exclusively in tribute to the Valkyries because we're like cheerleaders. We love comics. We love comics. We love the authors, the creators, the artists, all of it.
Well, and there are even like specific books that like publishers weren't like expecting to be terribly popular that have become popular simply because this network of ladies has like really talked about it and like sold it to customers.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a great way to get the word out where we're kind of a force to be reckoned with.
Aha!
I love it.
So pick up both covers. We're going to have at least a few of the alternate cover in the store. And they're both, again, gorgeous because Emma Rio's art is just beautiful.
Yeah.
And if you want to read it, this next arc is going to take place, it jumps forward about 40, 50 years or so, something like that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's going to be taking place around World War I. And the issue opens up with one of the characters that we saw in the previous issue, in issue number 5. She's dying. And her dying wish is that she wants to reunite with her son, who is off in fighting in the trenches. So Death-Faced Ginny, daughter of Death, has to go get him. So, yay, adventures, mustard gas.
You're not done yet.
Yeah,
Nice.
let's go grab him.
All right. I'm also really interested to see what a perfect book looks like. Like, all right, Kelly.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
she's been working on this for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Let's see what's up.
All right. So Marvel has a ton of great number ones coming out. I think we have a complete list here. It's going to be Mystery Girl, Black Knight, and Star-Lord, as well as Thor number 1.
Mighty Thor.
Yeah. Yeah, she's mighty now, too. I forgot about that.
Mighty Thor.
We have revealed that she is Jane Foster.
Spoilers!
Right. Oh, spoilers. Whoops. That was a couple issues back. You guys know already.
Yeah, you
right?
probably should have been caught
That
up
was
by
like
now.
months ago.
It was months ago, you're right.
But yeah, so she has lots of enemies she has to conquer. Her biggest personal battle is going to be that with cancer, however. So that's actually taking over her mortal form, and Thor is sort of how she's like staying alive and really dealing with a lot of that. It's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Miss Marvel is an Avenger now, so that's going to be really cool. The editor was really talking about how this oncoming like next generation of young Avengers with Kamala Khan, Miles Morales. I think eventually we're going to see Nova in there. And it's kind of creating this like younger generation and a more diverse generation of Avengers. So they're all really excited about that over at Marvel.
If you haven't been reading Ms. Marvel, it is one of the funniest books out right now.
Yeah, she's so adorable.
She's so adorable.
Oh my
she starts
goodness.
off as like she's just this incredible fangirl of all the superheroes. Ah! And yeah, she's really funny.
Yeah, I think she actually like has her own fanfic, or she's like the editor of a site or something, right?
Yeah, she's that kind of fangirl.
Yeah, she's that fangirl. We're at that level. And then the last one is going to be Spider-Woman. What we've seen in her preview is that she is pregnant. There's been 8 months between Secret Wars and current line. And we don't really know anything about like how that works or how jumping around and swinging from a web with a bowling ball inside of you works. Oh my god, she's amazing. I'm pretty sure she takes like, I don't know, Spider-Man levels of like power for that. Like Spider-Man's one of the most popular. We need to like just get Spider-Woman right on up there because I don't know.
She's carrying 2 humans.
Yeah, so she's super cool. I'm excited about all of those. Definitely check those out this week.
Moving back a little bit more to one last new number 1 that we wanted to highlight.
Back on the indie wagon.
Back on the indie wagon.
We can make like a little like cutout for you.
Sorry, I like indie books. So Wrath of the Eternal Warrior is coming out from Valiant Entertainment, and a lot of you have picked up for the very first time the Book of Death series, which was a 4-part crossover event in the Valiant universe. Fantastic jumping on point for those who have never read Valiant before. And Wrath of the Eternal Warrior promises to be the same. So if you're new to the Valiant universe, go ahead and pick up Wrath of the Eternal Warrior number 1, and you'll probably be fine. They're very good at dropping you into the universe and letting you know what's going on so you don't feel lost. If you want to go a little bit farther back, we also have Book of Death 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the shop, so you can go a little farther back. And then if you want to go even farther back, the Valiant is a prequel to that. So Wrath of the Eternal Warrior will be following the same line of events of Book of Death, and it's the Eternal Warrior dealing with this new world that has resulted from what happened in Book of Death.
Okay, sounds pretty cool. I've seen the artwork for Eternal Warrior. I definitely want to pick it up because it looks very similar to East of West, sort of like sci-fi western kind of thing going on. So I'm going to be checking that out this week.
Yep, same author too. Robert Venditti is writing this one as well as he also did Book of Death. So if you liked Book of Death, keep going with Wrath of the Eternal Warrior.
Nice. All right, you guys, that's all the time we have for this week. We will see you next week with a whole batch of new stuff.